A federal judge is protecting Unhinged Sergeant Brian Fahey from embarrassment. Absolutely ridiculous. Transparency is dead. Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Thank you all for joining me for this live stream. Make sure to hit the like button and share this video. So before we get into the actual opinion and the order of the judge, the gag order preventing me from showing each and every one of you the video deposition of Sergeant Brian Fahey to protect him from embarrassment. You know, I still can't believe it. Protecting a tyrant from embarrassment. Oh, this is the tyrant, Sergeant Brian Fahey, who embarrasses himself. Take a look.
Man, I am busy.
So you should get to work.
I should get to work. Is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
We're gonna have a problem between you and I. We're gonna have a problem between you and I.
You're gonna do interference.
His body camera's on. His body camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera on.
I don't care.
Stop,
I don't care.
Right?
I'm gonna.
This is private property.
Okay?
I'm
not doing anything.
You're not going to videotape me and have an attitude with me.
I'll get
but
off
I'm going
of
to
it.
tell you what right now, dude. I'm not the one.
All right.
Okay? I gave you the information you needed, and I gave you your outlet. Right? You were giving your outlet.
I said I was
you wanted to stand there and hold your cell phone in my face. Is what you wanted to do. Yes, you do. Take your cell phone and go and make your complaint. Okay.
Can I grab my cell phone?
You stay right here.
I'll get it for you.
You were about to arrest me, man, for real?
I
Is your body camera on?
Yeah, my body camera is on, buddy. I'm Trooper Costello, 1139.
Costello?
Yep.
Wow.
Listen, with the situation
You were going to arrest me for real?
We're going to detain you with what the situation was going on.
It's Sergeant Brian Fahey in the flesh. There he is. Look at him. In the flesh.
Sir,
Excuse me, sir. You have to get out of the way.
Sir, I know your inclination is wanting to assault me, Sergeant. Stop pushing me. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get in the building.
You have no business here.
I do have business here. Stop acting like a savage. What are you doing?
Before I arrest you.
Do what you got to do, because I'm not scared of you, Sergeant.
Because I'm what?
You're scared. You wouldn't do it without that gun on your hip and that badge.
You wouldn't do it without that
You
phone?
wouldn't do it. Let's take them all off, right? That's what I thought.
That is Sergeant Brian Fahey of the Connecticut State Police Department. He obviously is scared because he begged the court, a federal judge, to protect him from transparency. He didn't want each and every one of you, hundreds of thousands of you out there, to see his video deposition that I haven't even taken yet. They've taken my deposition. At the end of this video, I'll give you guys, a little update on how my deposition went with the attorney generals in Connecticut, but we haven't even taken his deposition yet, and he's already begging and pleading. Him, Trooper Costello, Trooper Lavoy, they're begging and pleading the judge to protect them from embarrassment. They are an embarrassment. Now let's take a look at the judge's opinion here. So as you can see, this is U.S. District Court, District of Connecticut. This is Reyes v. Lavoy et al. Order. The defendant's motion for a protective order is granted. Makes me sick to my stomach, really. The court finds that the defendants have shown good cause for the issuance of a protective order to protect deponents from annoyance and embarrassment. Good cause standard presents a low hurdle to clear when the applicant seeks a modest protective order. A modest protective order, a protective order that essentially lasts forever. I mean, I'll get into how I can modify it in a second, but as of right now, it's forever. And for those of you saying, sorry to my attorney, I talk about these cases. I don't really care. I know this is the judge. I can disagree with the judge's decision. I believe it was the wrong decision for First Amendment rights, for public transparency. This criminal tyrant needs to be exposed, and this judge is protecting him, and then protecting him from being embarrassed. Anyway, as such, a protective order limiting the use of the deposition transcripts. I can't even share with you the transcripts, not the video or the transcripts. Insane. And recordings to litigation of this instant case. As such, the court issues the attached protective order. This is the order right here. United States District Court of Connecticut. Protective order, audio-visual recording, and transcripts of depositions. The transcripts, really? Jean Paul Reyes v. Lavoy et al. The audiovisual recordings, digital transcripts, paper transcripts of any and all depositions taken in the above captioned matter are covered by this protective order. The parties, their counsel of record, and any of their agents or employees shall not publicly disseminate or post on any online platform the video recordings, digital transcripts, or paper transcripts of any deposition in this matter. The audio visual recordings, digital transcripts, and paper transcripts of any deposition in this matter shall be used for the purposes of this litigation only. The actual audio visual recordings and digital or physical copies of those recordings shall be retained by counsel of record only. The parties are not permitted to retain the actual audiovisual recordings or any digital or physical copy of those recordings. I can't even have the video depositions that I am paying for in my possession. Insane. Nothing in this order waives any party's right to object or advance any arguments concerning the admissibility of any documents or materials at the trial in this or any other proceeding. Nothing in this order waives any party's rights to designate any information, documents, or other materials as confidential or confidential attorney lines only, pursuant to the court's standing protective order. And let me see here. It is signed. Any party may seek modification of this protective order based upon the showing of good cause that the modification is necessary. In the event such motion is made, the identity of the person to whom disclosure of information is sought shall be included within the motion, along with the reason or reasons that disclosure of protective information is necessary. The restrictions imposed by this protective order may be modified or terminated only by further order of this court. Dated May 12, 2025, it is so ordered. Michael P. Shea, United States District Judge. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make this clear. These are law enforcement officers, public servants, engaging in misconduct, matters of public interest. My entire series of this constitutional rights violation that I am currently suing for, and just keep in mind, I am only suing them because IA cleared them. The state's attorney said there was no criminality in the video we all just watched. So, I mean, I got to get some sort of accountability. That's why I'm suing them. And to document that process as an independent journalist to share with each and every one of you. But the courts, through Sergeant Brian Fahey and his attorneys, the attorney generals of Connecticut, as well as Lavoie and Trooper Costello, they don't want we the people to see the video depositions because it would cause them annoyance and embarrassment. This whole situation is an embarrassment. Is this a free country? No. Is this supposed to be transparency within the court system? I'm sure each and every one of you would love to see the video deposition of this liar, this criminal liar, for the world to see. But this is what judges do. They're protecting government officials. They did it in my Illinois lawsuit with the city administrator and the 2 law enforcement officers. And speaking of that, really quickly, if any of you know how to do AI generated videos, let me know. Not for this case. I want to make that clear. But there are some depositions where the transcript is not protected, and I can make maybe a parody video where I can share with each and every one of you. So if you know how to do AI generation, video generation, if you can do that, let me know. Reach out to me at Long Island Audit at Gmail. If you know anybody who's really good with AI and video editing and things of that nature, let me know. I need your help. So Michael P. Shea, the United States District Judge, is going to be the judge on this case going forward. And I think it's really unfortunate because he says here, let me show you guys, in his biography, again, this is all public information. I'm not, Sergeant, in the words of Sergeant Brian Fahey, I'm not the one. I'm not the one that's going to be quiet in the face of tyranny, in the face of anti-transparency. This judge could potentially dismiss my lawsuit for whatever reason he wants. I don't know, but I'm sure my lawyer would be like, why are you talking about the judge right now? But this is my job. The judge is, in my opinion, not doing his job. I'm doing my job by letting you guys know what's going on here in this lawsuit here. So I started investigating this judge. I'm like, maybe he's a former cop. Maybe he's not. It says, before joining the bench, Judge Shea was a partner at this law firm where he focused on commercial litigation, mass torts, and First Amendment matters. Look, right here, this judge, when he was in private practice, focused on First Amendment matters. I can't believe it. And now he is basically violating my First Amendment right, all of our First Amendment right, to see the video depositions. And the reason is to protect Sergeant Fahey from embarrassment and annoyance, to protect Trooper Lavoie, to protect Trooper Costello from annoyance and embarrassment. These people violated my constitutional rights on camera for the world to see. And they were cleared by the state's attorney from any criminal wrongdoing. They were cleared by internal affairs by any internal wrongdoing. And now you're going, so they've been protected this entire time, protected by their agency, protected by the state's attorney, and now they're protected by a federal judge, Michael P. Shea. I mean, this is ridiculous. What is wrong with we the people seeing the video deposition? Is it going to be that embarrassing for Sergeant Fahey? Is he that big of a baby and a coward that he doesn't want we the people to see the video deposition? I mean, again, I don't know really what else to say about it other than I think it's asinine, ridiculous. I think this order violates my First Amendment rights as an independent journalist. It violates all of our First Amendment rights. We all have a right to see this video deposition. This is a matter of public interest. Millions and millions of people. It's garnered millions of views, this series with Sergeant Brian Fahey from back in 2021. This all started when he assaulted me the first time. He did it again in 2023. But this is the definition of a matter of public interest. And yet we have federal courts, federal district court judges that are placing gag orders on journalists. I can't even have the video that I'm paying for in my possession. At least in Illinois, I have all the depositions in my possession, and they didn't make the transcripts, they didn't put the transcripts under a protective order, but now they're putting the transcripts, the video, everything under a protective order. This is why I want somebody who can do AI, image, video generation and stuff like that, because I have transcripts of depositions that maybe we can make into a video. Got to talk to my lawyers, reach out, Long Island Audit at Gmail. But this is ridiculous. The anti-transparency in our government, this is why I do what I do. And I want to expose Fahey. And Fahey, I know you watch all my videos obsessively. You are a coward. You're so scared. You have the Attorney General's office of Connecticut. All of the law enforcement officers named in this lawsuit are cowards. You had them make this petition, this motion for a protective order from a judge. And, again, I disagree with the judge's decision to, give this protective order to save this law enforcement officer from embarrassment. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, logical sense to me, protecting him from embarrassment. I really don't get it. I think the whole system is corrupt. This is not the way our government is supposed to work. Our government is supposed to be transparent. Our government is supposed to uphold our constitutional rights. And that's not what they're doing here. They are hiding misconduct. There are so many. I made a video where I asked each and every one of you to give me questions to ask Sergeant Brian Fahey, and I'll get into my deposition. I had about a 2-hour-long, approximately, deposition with the Attorney Generals of Connecticut, and that is apparently under this gag order, this protective order, too. Well, I'm going to talk to you about it because I'm not going to show you any transcripts or anything, but I guess I'm going to talk to you about it. I mean, maybe I'll be held in contempt of court for this as well. I don't know. I mean, it's not part of the order. Cat B, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. So the attorney generals were nice enough, they were professional. There was 2 of them, 2 Connecticut state attorney generals. And, they did my deposition, asked me a bunch of questions. Again, oh, you make money off these videos, right, Mr. Reyes? Like any other independent journalist doesn't make money off of videos and things that they report on. It's just so disingenuous. They get paid for by taxpayers. So does, the judge, everybody. My attorney, everybody's getting paid here. So, but if I do it, it's nefarious, or, I have a nefarious intent. And they had said, well, Mr. Reyes, didn't you put out a video? This is funny. I'll give you this one little story. Didn't you put out a video where you asked all of your subscribers for questions to ask Sergeant Brian Fahey in his deposition? I said, yes, I did do that. I made a video where I asked my subscribers, my viewers, to give me questions, and you guys did in the comment section. I appreciate that. And I'm using a lot of them in the deposition that you won't be able to see because a federal judge doesn't want you to see it. mind-blowing. But she says, do you think that was a good idea, Mr. Reyes? I was like, I think it was a great idea. It was a great, depositions. I'm not scared. There's nothing I can lie about. There's nothing, I didn't do anything wrong. The video is the video. The video is clear. What Sergeant Brian Fahey did, what Trooper Lavoie did when he detained me in the airport unlawfully, shaking like a scared little girl because of a man with a camera. Trooper Costello trying to arrest me while I'm being assaulted by his superior. It's just going to detain you because of what the situation was happening. It's absolutely ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see here. E82, thank you so much. You're a living legend, bro. Continue to educate and fight for our freedom. Thank you from Jersey City. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Thank you guys for all the comments. Make sure you guys, I don't know what else I'm going to do. I'm not done with Sergeant Brian Fahey, that's for sure. Maybe more billboard truck protests. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I should do another billboard truck protest. I'm going to exercise my First Amendment right in any way I can. I'm going to appeal this decision. I'm going to seek modification of this order so you guys could see the deposition. But until that happens, there's really nothing I can do to show you even the transcript or the video. There's nothing I can do because then I will be held in contempt. They'll put me in jail for promoting transparency and reporting on matters of public interest. I'll be put in federal prison. I will be sanctioned tens of thousands of dollars. It's absolutely ridiculous. Captain Rhodes, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. So I don't know where we go from here is actually clear. Appeal, seek modification, maybe a motion for reconsideration. There's only so much I can do. There's only so much I can do in the federal court system. They have sided with a tyrant, a criminal tyrant, Police Sergeant Fahey, to protect him from annoyance and embarrassment. And that's what it comes down to. And I'm here talking about transparency, accountability. That's what I'm promoting. And the federal court system doesn't want transparency. They don't want accountability, especially when it comes to these rogue tyrants. So, guys, hold on one second. Oh, thank you so much, Stomper, for being a member. Much love. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for being a member for 12 months. Wow, it's a night. I really appreciate that. But, as always, guys, I wanted to keep you updated on the situation. I really did. I wanted to always, continue to keep you updated on the situation because it's that important. This is, this man needs to be held accountable. He needs to lose his badge. He needs something. I know that's not going to happen, but I will expose him any chance I get. I have a big, beautiful billboard truck that I can use to expose this tyrant to the world, and that's what I'm going to do. But let me know your thoughts on this protective order, gag order, on the video deposition. Let me know your thoughts on Sergeant Brian Fahey. If you have any additional questions I should ask him in the deposition, I will let you know. I will talk about the deposition. I will be face-to-face with Sergeant Brian Fahey. I will be looking him dead in his eyes right across the table from him while there's a camera in his face. Actually, this time there's actually going to be a camera in his face, which is really ironic. But I will be there and I will take mental notes and I will report on my thoughts from the deposition. I mean, that can't be part of this protective order. We read it together. Doesn't look like it's part of the protective order to me. So, I'll do whatever I can to make this situation as transparent as possible. So stay tuned to the channel so you don't miss it. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Long Island Audit. Peace.